to Madagascar?
To Madagascar.
Madagascar. Madagascar is absolute Mecca. We go about half a mile down to Dead Man's Gulch, then you climb up over Longhorn Creek and then Sitting Bull Pass, and then you'll get to where you're going. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting to hear in the last place where I left you in Madagascar, at Isalo National Park, which looked for all the world like the Wild West. I didn't hear that, because this is Madagascar and it ain't the Wild West, but my goodness, that landscape was totally spectacular. And the next place we got to was an extraordinary valley and then mountain range called Andringitra. And this is another national park with some spectacular, incredible, dramatic bare faces of granite rock. These are some really sizable mountains. So base camp, we were at a place called Camp Kata, was at 800 meters, and Tsaranoro behind us, which is the largest single climbing rock, can I call it? I don't know much about rock climbing, so sorry if I'm getting this wrong. Pitch, I don't know, whatever. In Madagascar, 800 meters of vertical granite rock face. It's super impressive. And then there's a lot more behind it. The second highest mountain, Peak Bobi in the country, 2,000, I think it's around 2,800 meters, which we didn't get to, but we did have a fabulous day walking up. We climbed a peak at about, I think, 1,400 meters or so, called the Chameleon, because really, it does look a lot like a chameleon. But it was a bit of a cultural tour because we go through the beautiful villages in that area, Betsileo villages, and then climbed up and then into the national park, and then right up on top of this stunning mountain. And the views just go on forever and ever. It was hot. 35, 36 degrees, so we had to be a little bit careful about our water use. And then we came down through a sacred forest, and that was the granite phase of our Madagascar tour. And then from there we had a beautiful day driving, so many different things along the way. We stopped off at Anja at the little lemur, community-based lemur reserve there. This is held up around the world as a model of community-based tourism. The community there have protected an area of about 60 hectares, and it is full of ring-tailed lemurs, and you literally cannot walk more than about 20 meters without seeing them. They're very entertaining, a lot of fun to watch. Then from there, we were so lucky to come to the town of Ambalavao on the one day a week when they have their cattle market. And it's a Wednesday, I'll tell you that. And my goodness, all people from all around there bring their cows, the zebu as they call them, to sell. And it's a totally spectacular sight. So we wandered through. You have to be a little careful because there's quite often loose steers running around. And yeah, keep your wits about you there. But totally spectacular sight to be, and just, you know, very colorful, vibrant. We stopped off at a handmade paper factory. That was something I hadn't seen before. And then we ended up where I am now, which is on the edge of the rainforest. This is Ranomafana. Ranomafana is a national park. It's also a little town. I'm in the town right now, but having spent the whole morning walking through the park, the forest, proper rainforest, really impressive, and totally different from anything we've seen so far, because we've seen a lot of very dry forest down in the southwest. But this, as we get over to the east side of Madagascar, this is where the rain comes. And it's not raining now, luckily for us, but you can see from the greenery, just totally different. And it's very hilly, and there are lemurs here that are not found anywhere else in the world. We saw golden bamboo lemur. There's a lot of bamboo in this forest, and this is a lemur that's specially adapted to eating it. There's quite a few of them in the park, 400 or 500, but they're not found anywhere else. Anywhere, like literally nowhere else. This is the only place in the world you will come to find golden bamboo lemur. We saw them today. We also saw the Niels Edred sifaka, which was very spectacular. Black and white sifakas. They are also not common, and I think I'm right in saying also not found anywhere else. Then we had a really sad story. We saw this beautiful greater bamboo lemur and had a watch of this one for quite a while. Female, big, she's sizable. And then afterwards our guide told us that she is the last one remaining in this park. And though there is one other population of them in Madagascar, they are found in a private wildlife reserve a little bit to the northeast of here. This is their original native environment, and the population has dwindled, and she is now the last one surviving. And when she's gone, it's all over for greater bamboo lemurs in this park, which was really chastening thing. But what a privilege for us to be able to see it. And just walking through that forest, the guides are so knowledgeable as well. Really impressive. So when you go through, you don't just have a guide, you have a spotter, because these lemurs are high up in the trees. The spotter goes in front and tries to find the lemur, finds the lemur somewhere up in the tree, calls through to the guide, and then the guide says, come, let's go, and then you go and wander through the forest to find it. It's a different form of game viewing, wildlife viewing, but it's very satisfying, a lot of fun. Sadly, we're down to our last week in Madagascar. The contrasts have been continuous and continuously astonishing. It's been so much fun. I'm already starting to feel a bit heartsore at the thought of leaving, but we've still got a lot more. We're going to Andringitra National Park in the east, and then we're finishing off in the Pangalanes canals on the east coast, which is going to be very exciting.